Hello and welcome to Pages and Journeys. My name's Olivia and today we're going Kindle shopping, besties. That's right, we're hopping over to Kindle Unlimited and we are going to be restocking our Kindle completely. I have cleared out everything for the new year just to give myself a fresh start. Do I have a plan of what we're getting? Absolutely not. So please leave a girl some recommendations down in the comments below because I'll probably have a couple of spots open at the end to run and grab something else. Now, this is one of my favorite ways to buy books or get new books without really spending the money because Kindle Unlimited is already paid for every month. I need to make the most of that subscription. Now, I did grab the reading journal because we have a couple challenges that we're going to be tackling this year. We have the 12 recommendations by 12 friends. We also have our backlist binge. These are all authors that I want to read more of in 2026, specifically the books that I've written out. So we can shop a couple of those because I don't have them on my shelves currently. And then other than that, it's just a mood. I would like to pick up at least one romantasy, one for the current mood I'm in, which is Mafia, and then maybe some series that I should finish off. But let's get started and go shopping. The first thing I'm planning on picking up is Maggie Gates' The Stars Above Us. So let's go find that because I'm so excited about it. There we go. It's a military romance. Hold on, this sounds so good. You can do this. You're not some kind of damsel in distress. Then what am I? You're the dragon. Wait, what? Okay, so she's a journalist in the middle of the Afghan desert, and he is gonna be the captain of the department she's in, or the battalion she's with. Wait, no. We need to read this immediately. This is going straight to my Kindle. Next up, I really want to do S.J. Tilly's Nero, I think is book 1. And I'm hoping it's on... Yes. Okay, so this one is the Alliance series, and basically Read with Megs just described it as a cozy mafia, and I feel like those are just the vibes we need. So that's immediately going on my Kindle. Okay, romantic suspense-wise, the only other author that I'm trying to get through a lot this year is Samantha Young's Ardknock universe, so that starts with Here With Me, so I think we should pick that one up. Okay, and that one I really don't know a lot about. I just know that Samantha Young's supposed to be one of the best when it comes to romantic suspense. So of course we're starting with her. Now the other thing that would be good to look at is my 12 by 12 here so that we know what we need to pick up. Now I have Face Off that is currently being read. I'm filming the hockey romance log right now. And then What Hurts Us is Maggie Gates's, and I'm reading her universe in order, which means I'm already tackling that, The Stars Above Us. Everyone's been raving about Please Don't Go by E. Salvador. So let's see if I can grab that one. Okay. Is that one on KU? I don't know if it is or not. Yes, it is. Okay, that's on there. Now, I don't know how much you can see. You can probably see that shelf there is still in the middle of reorganizing. Yes, we're working on it. I might be filming 3 videos at once. It's fine, guys. It's fine. But we still have so many spaces on our Kindle. So I'm trying to think of series that I'm like in the middle of that I need to continue, but I don't own them physically. And my brain has gone, we don't need any books. So let's go to Kindle Unlimited. Kindle Unlimited. Kindle e-reader. There we go. Kindle Unlimited. Let's go through this and see what's on here. Currently, I'm getting my audiobook subscription back, so I think I'm going to be listening to Rena Kent's books. Ooh, Lena Hendricks's series, the Mafia Cowboy ones. Let's get the first one, which I think is The Badge. So I'm just going to click the alias to find book 1. Yes, read for free. Perfect. And then let's go back to KU. Oh, I do really want to read the Reynolds Protective too. It's basically Criminal Minds, but make it bookish. So we're going to read Archer. What else can we find? I've heard great things about We Who Will Die, but I have so many books, like romancy books on my shelves right now. I just don't think I need those. Oh, Bluebird Gold. I've heard incredible things about this, and I do love a Daphne Perry book. So let's add that to my library. Continue shopping the Kindle store. Okay, let's see what else is in here. I do need to finish Tragic, which is the rest of her series. Oh, Grace Ryan. I really want to pick up What It Was. I have not read that one yet, and I've heard amazing things. Is there any like Mafia that I want to pick up while I'm on here? I got the S.J. Tilly Nero. I have Dante physically in my library right now. I've heard really good things about Michelle Hurd, so we could start with her books, or I could go to Jagger Cole and do like the Dark Heart series that everyone loves too. That's supposed to be really good. I do need to finish Amber Palmer's series, so maybe we get book 2 in Black Springs Ranch and actually like finish series. That would be a good idea this year, right? That should be a goal. This was such a good one. Book 1, Between the Pines, is like a very quick cowboy romance, but the vibes are there. They have a 1-week stand, and she goes back to work for her dad's ranch to find out that he's been hired at her dad's ranch now. So they're kind of forced to face each other. She's currently in a relationship still, and it's a terrible one. Like, the guy's god awful. There's a little bit of suspense in it, so definitely want to give a go. What would Rachel yell at me to get? My best friend Rachel's reading over on Instagram. Her and I are pretty much the same human, and she always tells me to get certain books, and I'm trying to like rack my brain for what she's yelled at me to read recently. Oh, Sophia St. Germain? I'm probably butchering her name. Sorry, Sophia. That's book 4. Is this book 1? I think A Tongue So Sweet and Deadly is book 1. So let's just, yeah, because 2 and 3 are there. So we're just going to go with that one. Again, I know literally nothing about it. I'm just picking up books at this point. Like, it's the best way to go book shopping, I feel like, but not actually spend money because you already paid for Kindle Unlimited. Feels like a win. What else are we in the mood for? From my saved books, I do need to read the Lee Rivers series. I'm also just in a weird reading mood right now, so I don't know exactly what I want to pick up other than let's buy books. That looks really cute. Monica Murphy. I have 2 books of hers on my shelf that I need to read before I let her touch my Kindle. When We Fall by Lena Hendricks, I'm in 2 minds about starting because I didn't love the book 1 of that series. Like, it just didn't feel a thing that I would enjoy. I'm scared to go back to that one. Okay, I think we're going to go for like a Mafia romance. I just need to find a Mafia book that I would enjoy. So I think, other than Nero, what about Michelle? Oh boy, this is a little overwhelming. Let's go to her website and see what we want to grab. Okay, perfect. I've clearly looked it up before. Oops. Okay, can be read in standalones. It's not connected to any others. No spin-off. So I could start with Tempted by the Devil. Saints, sinners, and corrupt royals all take place in the same world. So Merciless Saints is the other one that I can start with. So do I want to do Tempted by the Devil or do I want to do Merciless Saints? Let's look them up. So Tempted by the Devil. Attending a party with my stepbrother, I'm in for the surprise of my life. It's not a regular party, but my wedding to Angelo Rizzo. Oh, okay. So her stepbrother owes someone money, and to repay it, she has to go and marry this guy. So it's an arranged marriage. That's literally all we've got going for us on this one. Sometimes I wish there were like more tropes. Now the other one we could have started with is Merciless Saints. Let's see if we can find that on here. Okay, so this Kings of Mafia is her latest series. That makes more sense. Cruel Saints. No, guys. Where is... There we go. Also, yes, I did bring my keyboard back here so I wasn't leaning into the camera while I'm filming this. So if you see me looking down, keyboard. Okay, now this one is Alliances Made, Loyalties Owned. Sorry, Love is Taken. Oh, this is Russian Mafia. Okay, I think we're gonna start with King of Mafia just because it sounds like that one's gonna be more my vibe. Tempted by the Devil. Perfect. Now that one's on there. What the heck else? How many have I got on here? So we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 11 books out right now. So I committed like a really big book crime in my eyes where I've read a series out of order. I've read the first 2 and read the latest one that's been released. So we need to go back into the Seattle Serpents and we need to go and pick up not Face Off. We've read that. Delayed Penalty. And I'm going to get both out just to be safe. Empty Net as well. I don't normally do that, but I feel like I'm in trouble if I don't. Then we're also going to pick up a Prue Schuyler book. So You're My Valentine, I currently have on my Kindle. So she sent me the arc of that one early, which is great. I think we're going to start with the Nighthawk series or Switching Skates. Switching Skates features celiac disease, which I have. And I just don't know if I want to hurt my own feelings yet by reading about that because the MMC like makes all of these extra efforts to make sure that she can have gluten-free food. And like it's gonna be like a oh my god, this is really relatable book. So I think we're going to do Find Me in the Rain. So this one is a hockey romance, and it's the start of her Nighthawks series, New York Nighthawks, that everyone loves. It's probably her most well-known series, I want to say. Let's see how that adventure goes. Immediately adding to my library. So these are all of the books that we ended up taking out. That was such a successful little shopping trip, and definitely going to be doing this more often. So we have a total of 15 books out. I thought we could go through them together, and then you can tell me down in the comments what exactly we're missing from our Kindles right now. So first up, we tackled some like priority lists this year. I have a couple of projects going on. We have 12 by 12, which is 12 recommendations by 12 friends. We also have my own personal backlist binge along with my like physical TBR tackling. Obviously, shopping on Kindle Unlimited is not going to help with that, but it does help with backlist binge, and one of the authors I am desperate to read her whole backlist of this year is Maggie Gates. So we are starting with her whole, I'll put a picture of it up. She has a reading order on her website that is so well done. I am an Easter egg lover, so we're following her Easter egg reading order. That means we're starting with The Stars Above Us. Now, this one is a military romance. She is a war correspondent who is trying to figure out what happened to Troy Davis. That adventure leads her to the Afghan desert to be put under Company B and the captaincy of Nathan Griffin. He doesn't expect her to show up because they must know each other somehow, from what I can read about it so far. All I know is it's going to be an emotional good time. Okay, and then next up, I have been on such a Mafia kick after Sinful King. So we're going with Nero by S.J. Tilley, another author that I want to read more of this year. All I know is Peyton is our FMC who ran away at 17, and now she's just somehow wound up near the Alliance. I've heard phenomenal things about this. It's supposed to be like cozy Mafia vibe. That is all I need to know going into this one. I feel like going in blind is probably the best thing. Another project backlist is The Ardknock Universe by Samantha Young. I want to read Dublin Street, however, it's really hard to get access to the Dublin Street series. It's not in KU. The paperbacks aren't necessarily something I would want because they're mass market. The library doesn't have them, so that is on pause until I've read this one. Now, the only book I've read by Samantha is Half-Light Harbor, and oh my god, it was one of the best romantic suspenses I have ever read. I loved the Scottish setting, I loved everything about it, so Ardknock sounds great to me. It's two series combined. The first one is the Adair family, so we're starting with Here With Me. So she is a former police officer from Boston that decides basically to leave there and start over in Scotland to reconnect with her estranged father. What she doesn't expect is her estranged father is in security, and she's forced to face a man that she's hated for so long. So that's all I know about that one. And honestly, I'm kind of down to go into that one blind. On my 12 by 12 is also Please Don't Go by E. Salvador. This one, so many people have raved about, especially for being like emotionally soul destructive, which is kind of on brand for me. Okay, both of our main characters in this one are going through grief and they have complex relationships with it. He's a shortstop that's taken first in the MLB draft, so everyone assumes he's got it all together. They have like some kind of class together, so I'm guessing it's university set, where they have to go on hikes and stuff, and he opens up to her. She's trying to figure out what to do, and it seems like it might be a bit of a second chance, or like a one-off. They met previously and now they're seeing each other again. Something like that. It feels a little bit butterfly effect kind of a vibe. Another backlist that I'm slowly tackling is Lena Hendricks. I loved Lena's Out of Town universe, which starts with the Sullivans and then you go to the King series. It is one of the best small towns to get lost in. She has also previously written Redemption Ranch, which is a mafia cowboy situation. So I'm starting that series with The Badge. So he turned in his brothers to Chicago's police because they were in the mafia. And now he is basically hiding out because he wanted to save his little sister, and now he's stuck in Montana with a new name and everything, and quite frankly that sounds so good. And then a couple of series that I really want to get through this year are the Black Springs Ranch one by Amber Palmer. So I picked up Through the Dust. This one is an enemies to lovers. They've been around each other for ages. He works on her family's ranch. She's very sassy. It's an age gap situation. I also think he's really grumpy, which is a win for me any day. Then we have Delayed Penalty and Empty Net by Tegan Hunter. This wraps up the Seattle Serpent series for me because I've read the last one that just came out, Top Shelf. Guys, this is one of the best hockey romance series ever. Like, if you read Carolina Comets, if you want humor in your books, like cackling, giggling, stomach hurts, there's banter, there's emotion. They're very, very unique in like who the FMCs are. One of them is a makeup artist that's really into prosthetics. There is a scene where they take photos while they're listening to a message from each other that will forever live in my head rent free from book one, Puck Shy. Just phenomenal. Like, but then one of them gets traded to the Seattle Serpents, and obviously he starts the adventure there. There's still the very similar vibes. This one is just a little more, feels like almost billionaire-esque in the vibes. The Carolina Comets doesn't necessarily feel like that. It almost feels like a small town hockey, It's not, but it feels like that. Delayed penalty is a single guardian. He ends up getting custody of his niece, and now he needs a nanny, and he ends up falling for his nanny. Empty Net is Black Cat Golden Retriever. There's also some like fake dating in there as well. It's just a very, very sweet story. The goalie is an absolute like sweetheart in this, so I'm gonna be loving his book. Devaney Perry's Backlist is one that I've been working on for ages, and Bluebird Gold just came out. This was her latest release at the end of 2025. It is a romantic suspense set in 1980s where she is a teacher and goes back to basically go through all of her dad's stuff in the cabin because he's passed. Ends up uncovering this whole mystery of gold, from what I can tell, and he is the small town sheriff. She's always had a crush on him and now teaches his son in school, so that makes it for a little bit of a taboo situation, but I'm so excited for that one. And now we're moving into like all the new things that I want to try this year, so books that like probably should be lower down on my TBR, but like they're tempting me so badly. We have Archer, which is the Reynolds Protective Book 1. This is basically Criminal Minds meets Book World, and all you need to know going into this one. I'm so excited to read it. I've had it on my radar for years. What It Was by Grace Ryan is an author that I'm dying to try. Like, look how stunning this cover is. It's a hockey romance. I think she plays volleyball, best friend's brother situation. I feel like it's going to be one that I give 5 stars. Sticking in like the Mafia vibes, Michelle Hurd is an author that I've heard every wonderful thing about. Like, she is probably one of the most loved from what I see Mafia authors. So I'm starting with the Kings of Mafia series, and I know we talked about it earlier, so let's move right along to a romantasy of A Tongue So Sweet and Deadly. This is a recommendation from my very good friend Rachel, and it starts the compelling fate saga. I think this one just got picked up. Basically, she has this really strong power of being able to look in people's eyes and make them do her bidding. However, there's an accident and she becomes basically in debt to the king. So he throws her in dungeons, and now 5 years later, she's forced to live among the humans. The humans are about to have an election. He wants her to infiltrate and find out if like this thing's happening or what's going on, if there's a person of interest. So she does. However, she has a fey guardian, like bodyguard with her 24/7, and she starts falling for the person that's supposed to be the reagent, and he's like next to her like maybe not. And there's basically a ton of secrets, what's happening. I'm down to give this one a go. And then lastly, I did pick up Find Me in the Rain by Prue Schuyler, which starts the New York Nighthawk series, another hockey romance series to keep me going, so why not? And this one sounds so unique with the whole his baby, secret baby situation going on as well. So let me know down below which books we are thinking that I should be picking up immediately. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next Saturday for another video. Bye!